Hello there, Julia. Thank you for joining us. Well, first of all, can you brief us about the latest?
Well, in the last hour, we've heard that the Central Election Commission of Kyrgyzstan has declared that Sunday's parliamentary election results are invalid, and there will be a rerun of that disputed vote. And that comes after more than 24 hours of protests on the streets of Bishkek, the capital of Kyrgyzstan, where protesters have been demanding a rerun of that election. They say that it was fraught with voter intimidation and vote rigging. So they say that that was not a valid result. And that parliamentary election resulted in the president's party and another party relatively allied to the president really coming out victorious from that vote after the preliminary results. And the president, Jayinbekov, said in a video statement this morning that he urged restraint on behalf of the security forces, but did say that there was an illegal attempt to seize power in Kyrgyzstan. Now the former president has been released from prison where he was serving a sentence on corruption charges, and it's not entirely clear who is in charge right now in Kyrgyzstan, but there will be a rerun of the parliamentary vote.
Well, Julia, we know President Jayinbekov has said that this is an attempt by some political forces to seize power illegally. So what can we expect next?
Well, there will be a rerun of the vote, we now know. Whether or not that is accepted by the ruling party and by President Soronbay Jayinbekov himself remains to be seen. He did appear to be a bit conciliatory this morning in that video statement, despite saying that protesters were trying to illegally seize power, but he also seemed to acknowledge that their demands needed to be heard. That's why he called the Central Election Commission to re-examine these vote results from Sunday's election. Nevertheless, we don't know when the next vote will be held. We don't yet know whether this announcement will have allayed the concern of the protesters on the ground, many of whom want to see a return to power of former President Atambayev, who was released from prison overnight. But nevertheless, there have been casualties from the last 24 hours of protests. One person has been killed, hundreds more injured, and at least 120 have ended up in hospital. So there will certainly be repercussions from what's happened in the last 24 hours. And of course, this comes as Kyrgyzstan has seen a number of revolutions in the last 15 years, both in 2005 and in 2010. Whether this is going to be a similar turning point for the country remains to be seen.
Thank you so much, Julia, for reporting us, helping us to understand this matter. Thank you.